It's been a little while, probably the longest gap since I started this. Um, I just remembered today. Um, it's like, oh yeah, I hadn't even thought about it. And then I looked, and you know, a little concerned, but then as I was going, I was like, it'd be better or worse if. And so when I did, and it's like, okay, good, still 0. Because if I had been away for a little while and then something had happened, or like somebody had seen, somebody had noticed, and then it's like I wasn't paying attention, it's like, oh, crap. But no, as things happen, it's like, no, no, still totally undisturbed, unseen, unviewed, and so it's like a little bit of a relief, you know. I kind of do, but then it's like, no, I don't know. So I still don't know how I feel about it. It's like my private reserve of thoughts. Um, what's the word? My repository of insanity. No, no. But anyway, it is fun. It is my little stash. Um, I forget the other word. No, I don't think it's the right word though. So I'm not going to say it. I know what I'm talking about. Anyway. But as usual, I don't have much to say, but this could take a while. And I guess you know, it's like I was thinking about how I really don't know. I don't really know much for certain, but I guess I do have, and I mentioned it, and it has been a little while, but I do have final thoughts about that person, Summer. It's like, yeah, it's like different, just, it's like she might like me and everything, but just because somebody likes me doesn't mean that I automatically have to pay them attention or, you know, try to. It's like, I don't know. I mean, it's like I've got nothing else going on in my life right now as far as like any sort of, you know, and it's like something I'm working on, something I've been working on. And as far as like relationship or whatever, you know, romantic relationship, and it's like I've had all this time, just nothing. Haven't really been on any sort of date of any kind. Been out social with people, and some of them might have actually been interested in me, but I don't know how to pursue it, or if I'm even interested. Just never in the right place, and I mean there was, you know, of course, but that didn't work out, and I don't know why it didn't, but it's not up to me, you know, because I do take a lot of time to get to know people, and it's like I don't feel comfortable around people until I get a chance to talk with them and get to know them, let them get to know me, feel like there's something there, some connection, some camaraderie or compatibility. And so I guess as far as like this Summer person, it's like just a stranger, and it's like I don't even know, like not even like I did investigate, I did stop, and it's like what what's going on here? It's like, okay, so it was really nice not getting to know you, and like I'm just gonna, yeah, good, yeah, that's some stuff going on right there, and it's like I have no idea what it's about, it's none of my business, and I think it's I'm better off just not paying any attention, and it's like that seems like a whole mess of stuff, and it's like, no. So I'm much more comfortable with the demons I know, or the demons I recognize. So anyway, I'm on speaking terms. So it's like I don't need to know or get to know a whole other slew of, you know, other, you know, it's like, so, but I did check, and then no. So I can still just be friendly, and but other than that, it's like I extended as far as I can go, as far as my own boundaries and sense of comfort, and there's just, yeah, trying to find similarities, and it's like, no, they're just not there. Well, there's not enough to even like talk about stuff, and then there's the time sensitivities, and it's like, well, yeah. And it's like, I don't, there's nothing even to talk about. So it's like, those are my final thoughts. Just, no, there's nothing there worth my continued deliberation. So I kind of, you know, she needs a friend, basically, I think. And I can do that, but at a distance, even. So, and it's like I do have other things going on. And even if it doesn't look like it, even if I don't know about it, you know, there's stuff going on in the background that I don't even know of, I'm not aware of. It's frustrating. But there are things I've just, feels like I'm not entirely a party to everything that's going on. And maybe that's the most frustrating, because it's about me. It is my business, I feel, but I'm not even aware of it. And it feels like that Peter Sellers movie, Being There, you know, where I'm Peter Sellers. And it's like, yeah, I'm just kind of walking around doing my own thing, and there's, you know, stuff going on around me that I'm involved in that I don't know about, and I'm just doing whatever it is I do, and just participating, but kind of mostly there. So I'm kind of mostly there. But it was a really good movie, very inspiring, and sad, very sad. It was Peter Sellers' last movie. I think it was 1981, maybe? I'm not sure. But I'm checking my watch because the oven, so I still got some time. And as far as like the conversation I was having this evening, you know, I went down to Atterbury to go witness somebody get their 5-year token, and they didn't show up. So I assume they got it, or they are going to get it. It's just there was a change in venue, and no one told me. I was told about it and where it was happening, but then when something changed, I didn't get let know. So just I showed up. I mean, there was stuff going on there, but not that. And somebody else was in the same boat. You know, he was only there because he was told that this person was getting their, you know, their 5 years, and so he was out. Because I went up to them, because it's like, where's? And they're like, yeah, that's the only reason I'm here too. And but he said that he got at least a text saying that they weren't going to make it. I didn't get the text, so it's like, but that comes with the territory, you know. So I'm not surprised, you know. Just even the fact that somebody let me know that something was going on in the first place is a surprise. So when something changes, that changes the location or time or whatever. It's like, I am one of the last people to get let to know. And it's like, well, that's kind of how I had it set up. It's like, so people leave me alone. I don't want to be part of the communication network where it's like, I don't want people to feel like they have to let me know, and that because then they'll want, I don't know. So I'll just do my own thing, and I'll show up at things that I hear about, whether intentional or accidental. I just do whatever, and that's how it works for me. And I think, that's just, I think people just get it by now, that that's going to be how it is, and they really can't get me to do more than what I already am, because I'm already operating at as much as I can, and I've learned, from, the hard way, and also just the regular way, that that's okay. And it's like, I don't have to be running at everybody else's speed, and keeping up with everybody, because everybody's running at different speeds, and it's like I can't be constantly shifting my direction and speed to keep up with the people that are. It's like I just need to keep up with myself, just go at my own speed, and just do what I do. And I'm constantly changing speeds and changing vectors and directions and coordinates and places, and it's like it's not me. That's trying to be other things for other people that I'm not. Whereas I can be myself for other people. And if that's appreciated, then it is. So, and that's the most I can hope for out of anybody, is that they're being themselves to the best of their ability. And I like it when I see people just being themselves, and whether I like them or not, doesn't matter. If they're being themselves, I can appreciate it. And everybody is exactly where they're at in their journey, and based on their personal history and personality and everything around them. So, but I end up where I'm supposed to be, I guess. And so at this particular location down there, there were some familiar faces, and they seemed happy to see me. Some I hadn't seen down there in a long time. And the one guy, he joked, or I think he was joking, I hope he was joking, that he wanted me to let him know if I was interested in having getting, what's it called? How do you even say it? Let him know about seeing him if I was interested in dreadlocks. And it's like, no, no, that's about the last thing that I would probably ever be interested in. But thank you. I didn't say it that way. I just laughed at him, laughed it off. And it's like, because he has dreadlocks, and so, and I think he likes it, that other people are less, less conforming to the social norm in this particular area. As, you have to look a certain way or dress a certain way to fit certain gender stereotypes and social norms or stuff. But so him being like a Caucasian male with dreadlocks is different, and so I don't know. But yeah, but he mentioned that my hair was getting long enough that it probably could be put into dreadlocks, and it's like, no, I like my hair, actually. I don't see it being twisted and braided into dreadlocks. I don't even know how that works, but it seems like it's a lot of extra maintenance, and just even it being as long as it is a lot of extra maintenance, and not a lot, but it is enough for me. But I do like it. but it is very warm, and so it's like, and I've started thinking about, like, when am I going to get my first haircut with intentionally leaving it long? It's like maybe around 2 years, so that'd be around September or October this year. Because I think I got my my last haircut around the same time as I quit smoking. So there was kind of a mutual thing going on there. So, and it's like, do I just take an inch off or 2 inches off? And because there's really, it is definitely a lot of frayed ends. But my food's just about done. But then in other conversations, sometimes I am, like, I don't want to, but I feel like I get backed into a corner. And it's like, if I really don't understand something, and I feel like this is going to keep being brought up, and I'm going to keep not knowing. It's like, I have to, because I feel like it's pressing into somebody's personal mythos, and I don't want to have things explained to me. But if I'm going to continue to be frustrated by not understanding what they mean, then I have to ask. I think it kind of destroys a little bit of the magic, or, you know, to have to ask those things. But maybe I was wanted to ask. I don't know that. Maybe that was the whole point, was to get me to ask. And because I kept bringing it up, and so, okay, I don't know how to pause this. I've still got some time, so I'll be right back. Okay. I think my neighbor's at home, so I'm trying to be a little bit quiet. It's like, I don't like stuff on my watch. It's like after 5 a.m. and I'm baking. Anyway, and also my foot is nearly, oh yeah, it's like good to go. So I might go for that test jog. Not today, but soon. And just be a little bit more conscious of it. Because if I remember that run correctly, the one where it led up to this injury, I was aware of it. You know, it's like I felt something was wrong, but I was just ignoring it. I was just like, it'll go away. It's like, no, it didn't go away. It got worse. And at the end of that run, which I was already starting to run a little bit more delicate on the left side because of it, you know, I did a walk afterwards to cool down, and I got a little bit of it far away, and so when it came time to head back, I was like, well, I'll just jog back, you know, kind of bored, so I'll just jog back slowly. And I tried jogging on it, and it's like, oh no, I guess I'm not jogging. This really hurts, and I just walked it. And I didn't really, it took it a couple days to really start to really affect my movement. And yeah, So anyway, so yeah, it only took it a couple weeks to heal, but I'm glad it healed, and hopefully it healed correctly. I don't think my walking has changed at all. Pretty sure it hasn't, and if it has, it's just my imagination. Because I'm just back up to speed, really, leaping tall buildings in a single bound and all that, or flights of stairs, I should say. And so, I don't know. But as far as that conversation's going, oh, I don't know where it's going, but it's the most interesting conversation I've had. Well, I really can't compare it to anything, so no, it is unique. I am really glad to be a part of it. And it's like, I'm still surprised. Gladly surprised. And still confused. But that's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. It just means I'm getting challenged. Challenged to think a little bit differently than how I'm used to. Not to compensate. Well, actually, I guess maybe compensate is a good word. Compensate for my own insecurity and all the stuff that I'm just used to feeling. Because I just, I think about the world the way I think about the world because I'm used to thinking about the world in certain ways. So it's like I'm used to being afraid of the world, or afraid in the world, then I see fear all around me. And it doesn't mean that there is stuff to be afraid of all around me. It just means that I feel afraid. And it's like, maybe I don't have to be. So, and that applies to pretty much anything that I want to apply it to. So, trying to compensate for a long time of perceiving reality the way that I'm used to. So, it is challenging, but I guess I like challenges. And it does take a lot of communication, and apparently I'm okay at it, which I was worried about. I remember when the conversation kind of started in September, probably I think it was around mid-September, late September, but didn't actually get going until maybe October, maybe? I'm not sure. Didn't really get going until, but and it's like, can I keep up with this conversation? And it's like, am I? Like doubted my own authenticity in the matter. Like, am I the person who I think I am? Doubts in myself. It turns out, as I'm learning, it's like, yeah, I'm pretty much the person who I think I am. And for better or for worse. And it's like, it's not always a good thing. But, letting myself get to be known, and then letting other people get to know me. But the other thing is I need to work on remembering is that I can't really lose anything, and I never had to begin with. So whatever I am, whatever I'm doing, I'm just adding. So it's like I don't lose anything. I just keep adding to my experience and the conversation. And so it's a win-win, as long as I'm being honest and genuinely reflective and not taking for granted. And just being sensitive to other people and to myself too. I don't need to sacrifice my own emotional security all the time, which sometimes I do, and sometimes I feel it's justifiable sacrifice. Putting myself in emotional harm's way because somebody else needs me to. I mean, like at meetings and out and about or anywhere, I guess. But people do need me to step up sometimes outside my comfort zones, and I can do that for a time, as long as I'm aware that I'm doing it. That way, when it gets to be too much, I can step back and have to be let to be stepped back. I cannot maintain presence all the time. It takes too much energy to project that character, the one that I project for the outside world to see. So, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really have much to say, but it could take a while. So, I don't know. It's definitely an interesting conversation with its own caveats and loopholes and pitfalls and narratives. But it's a very different tone. So, and I know, like, whatever I feel on my side of things, I can't imagine what it's like on their side. So it's like, well, I'm feeling frustrated. And it's like, I bet they are too. But I really don't know them. I really don't. I think I do, but I don't. I only know the person that they show me in their words. I like to think that I can read that and understand that, and it translates into a conceptualization of an actual person, that I put together, constructed. But how real is that? I doubt it's anywhere close to accurate. So, and the same goes for them, for me. It's like, who knows? It's a little bit scary. And the fact that I'm emotionally invested. And it's like, what am I emotionally invested into? How much is real? How much is fiction? How much is fantasy? How accurate could I have possibly been? And it's not up to me. It's like, so. Thoughts for another time. I'm running out. I don't like to let these things go longer than half an hour. It doesn't process so well. As far as like uploading, it takes it forever, and sometimes it stalls, behaves weird. Might be the local connection. So anyway, I didn't really say too much. Well, I guess it was me just rambling, added to the collection. So anyway, me just talking to myself again. So, yep. Should I even let it get to half an hour?